Yo, 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 what is up, my fallopian tubers? Cesario from the barrio coming back at you with another video for your butt. Squeeze those nalguitas. All right, so I'm going to share a niche within a niche of my PC of miscut cards. Now, I've always said I had a PC of miscut cards that I've always PC'd them. You could go back and check my videos forever. I always said I do it because it's nostalgic of my miscut Johnson that I had a botched circumcision. So I collect miscuts because I can relate to miscuts. So I give them love. But I mean, it really started in 2018. This is my 2018 set. Now, when I bought packs of 2018, I got a lot of off-centered cards, all right? But these ones I'm going to call off-centered. And by definition, I know that might not make sense, but you can see there's another piece of another card on the top that belongs to another card. But the thing with 2018 and with Topps, when they started doing borderless cards, you can see here's a piece of another card. But I would still consider this off-centered and not miscut, even though kind of by my own definition. But by default, I don't consider this miscut. I considered it off-center because if they had the borders, that little small margin of error right there would still be the border and not a piece of another card. At least per se the frame within the border. So that's how it started, man. In 2018, basically what I started doing was like looking like out of curiosity, just out of sheer curiosity, is like, wow, I wonder if this card goes to this card, like the miscuts, you know what I mean? I started, so I would start going through all these cards. Okay, which part is missing a red part? Which part is missing a gray part? And that was started by Quest and finding miscuts that might, but what are the odds? Really, what are the odds that you're going to find that exact card that it was miscut from? So move on past 2018. So what I started doing is going through some of my vintage cards. And sometimes, say you come a card, you see these cards and you put them together, and it's like, whoa, that's it. Let me see if I can put it down here. And if you can see it, if you can pick it up, it's like, oh, that's it. This has to be where it came from. That's a perfect match. And then you would flip it over, but at the same time, it's like, well, it could be practically any other card in reality because it doesn't have numbers, lettering and stuff where everything is supposed to match, But I would still do this like, oh, this has got to be it. This looks like that's where it goes, Then you see like cards like this, and it's like, you mean move the camera down real quick. Like these have to be. These are all miscuts right here, but like at the same time, because of the border, it just could be coincidence. But when you flip them, man, they all match perfectly, and they have numeration. You know what I mean? These cards have numbers on them, and they all match perfectly. And it's like 70, 68, 66. And I just can't help but wonder. I wonder if that's how the sheet goes. I would actually have to see the sheet, the uncut sheet, to see if this is the scheme of the numeration. And I do have a ton of, you can see up there, I have uncut sheets. And you see that tube right here? This tube right here is also full of uncut sheets that I PC. All right, but like at the same time, like I said, this could just be like, it could just be there's a lot of chances and ifs, like do these all go together? And to me, it's like the numeration 68, 70, 68, 66. I wonder if that's how I went on the sheet. But like I said, I don't know for sure. I can't say that for sure. But then you have those, that's what I'm saying, like same thing in the back right here with these ones is, look at, they match perfectly, but because there's no lettering and numbers that go through the edges, I mean, it could just be kind of a coincidence. But then once you flip them around, there's no denying, okay, yeah, these do go right next to each other. All right? Look at that. So putting these together is like putting a set together. You're putting basically a sheet, a puzzle back together. I try to get it perfect, but to show you, like, yeah, this is part of a sheet right there. These miscuts go together. That is just freaking awesome to me. All right. And then you say like this one right here. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna put it right there. And this one is the border. If you can see on those ones that I have up there. Let me see. I had to stand. There's a border on the side, and the border of that has these stars all the way around the border, so you know this is the one that goes on the edge. All right. And then you have a card like this. You find it, you match it, like, oh, perfect. It goes right there. You know, so picking up miscuts and then always wondering if it's a piece of the puzzle, and then you come and you start putting your puzzle together. That's just like getting a hit, man. The same rush as getting a hit, the same fun in collecting. You know, you get it. So I have all the way up to here that match. All right. And then, so I was hoping that this one would match over here, but it doesn't. And I showed these at during the live stream with Turn Back the Clock. And I was always like, man, I need to find the missing link that goes right here. And then, pop, after the video the next day, I remember, you know what? I remember having an Oscar Gamble that I showed on the live stream on For Collectors talking about 70s cards. And I showed this one talking about how I love miscuts. But this card has been in my vintage box. It's been in my vintage box, so I pulled it out for that thing. And I remembered. And I was like, I wonder if that fits in that spot that I think I'm missing. And then lo and behold, whammo! It is. And then this one goes right here. Oh, look at that. That is badass. And so these are the kind of goals, man, that you can have in your piece. So like I said, this is my miscut PC, and then a niche within my niche, a PC, is trying to, now I just buy miscut cards, and every time I buy a miscut card, I go to the year that I have and see if it's a piece of the puzzle, man, that helps me. All right. So there you go, guys. Just something I love, man, about miscut cards and where I PC them. Love the hobby. And just keep collecting baseball cards forever, I say. Ciao.